saying it, not having the fans, because that's what I play for. I play for my family. I play for my fans. They're saying no one could actually come to the game if they decide to go to that point. So I'll be disappointed in that. But at the same time, you gotta listen to the people that's keeping a track on what's going on, and if they feel like it's best for the safety of the players, safety of the franchise, safety of the league, to mandate that, then we all listen to it.
So that's where we are. Let's talk about where we're going. Brian Windhorst is here, our NBA insider. No one is more plugged in. And for those who are just joining us, let's share what is happening today and what it means.
It's a very rare situation to have the NBA owners on a conference call. This just does not happen, and this indicates the severity of what they're dealing with. It is going to be a new normal in American sports, effective pretty much immediately. Everything is on the table, is what I have been told by participants in the league in this, preparing for this call. Any contingency that you could imagine, suspending league operations, moving games, certainly having fans come out. I think that's, I would say, based on what I'm hearing, a likelihood at this point.
That they will play without fans. They
will play without fans in the short-term future, and that was something that will come out of this call today. This is just the way it's going to be, and I think it's important to realize that their number one priority is to protect the players. Obviously, they're concerned about the fans as well, but the reason that they've taken these measures is to keep the players safe, because if a player or even a coach were to come down with COVID-19, you would almost certainly have to suspend operations for the season. For the league. They're trying to avoid that in addition to protecting their players.
And it is, I think, worth reminding everyone that in China, 2 months ago, they had to face similar decisions. And what did they do?
Yeah, the Chinese Basketball Association has been shut down since, I think, January 25th. They have not played any games in 2 months. They're bringing the players back now, and they're looking at an April restart to their league, when their league is normally over by March. Normally, they're ending their season right now, and they're basically on hiatus. That is something that the NBA is going to look at. But the thing that you have to realize, there is no plan here. They do not have a plan. So they are dealing with the crisis as it happens every day while trying to develop a plan that they have no contingencies for. Things are developing as we go on.
Well, it's worth reminding everyone, this probably should go without saying, but there is no history here to fall back on. This sort of thing has not happened before. So they would be you defend them easily by saying, well, we can't just fall back on any past history. And it is ever developing. You have different governments and municipalities making different decisions. Laura just read you, the governor of Ohio has made this decision. So that's going to impact the Cleveland Cavaliers immediately, we would think. So this is fluid, but a lot of decisions will be made today.
Yeah, and some of this is going to be made by the local governments. The San Jose Sharks can't play with fans in their building because the government decided that. It seems like San Francisco is on the verge of that with the Chase Center. So some of this is not even going to be in the league's hands. But there's no going back here. Yeah. It's only going to be going forward. And I think there's going to be games without fans. And the question in 4 or 5 days or a week or whatever is, are there going to be games at all?
How long, if we do go that route, how long do we keep the fans out? This is really uncharted territory. Like you said, this is history in the making, so to speak. So it's going to be interesting. I know as a former player, the last thing we would want to do is play without our fans. I mean, we do everything for our fans. We are who we are because of our fans. So but at the same time, we have to stay proactive instead of reactive, and that's what you're seeing around the country right now. So it's going to be an interesting next few days.
So if you were told as a player, you either have the choice to suspend the season, pick it up some other time, or play the season without fans?
I think as a player, we'd rather suspend and wait to see what's going on. Yeah. Because like I said, I think just the energy of the building, this time of the year, you need that extra kick, you need that adrenaline boost, and to play in front of 20,000 empty seats would be hard to do.
Something else happens in the play. In the playoffs, the revenue from the gate is enormous.
Extraordinary.
If they lost gate revenue from playoff games, we could see a fall of the salary cap next year. Not that that's the number one priority, but trust me, that will be discussed amongst the billionaires on the call today.
Well, it is worth saying, again, that happens either way. If you delay the season, if you just shut operations down for a period of time, we don't know how long we're talking about. It would be very easy to say, yeah, we'll shut it down, we'll come back in 2 weeks, and we'll pick up where we left off. Now all of a sudden you wake up 2 months later and you haven't done anything, and now this season starts bleeding into what was supposed to be next season.
That's what's happening in China right now.
This is a very complicated situation. The only thing I can assure you of is that we will continue to cover it for you here, and Wendy will have the latest. Today is a critical.
Easy, the Lakers and the Nets, and we're going to pick this one up with like 26 seconds to go because that's where it really started to happen. Nets ball, game tied at 102. Spencer Dinwiddie, big shot right there, clutch jumper, and then that means the Nets are up by 2. So Matt Barnes, surely LeBron is going to come in and win this game, right? He's driving, he's got an opportunity. Oh, no.
He makes this 9 out of 10 times. This happened to be the one time he missed it, but I love the fact he put his head down, took advantage of the smaller mismatch, and got to the basket.
Yeah, we're going to see that one more time because you see it just kind of roll
Right
around
there.
there. That's
Right
what
there.
you don't like to see if you're trying to make that shot. But anyway, the ball stays with the Lakers, to your point. Now it's Anthony Davis's turn. What would he be able to do as time's winding down?
And he's going to make this more times than he missed. LeBron drew 4 people, made the right play, and AD just happened to miss it, but I'm trusting that down the stretch. Two
Yeah.
good plays, they just didn't happen to fall.
I think what's so funny here is you see the reaction from Kevin Durant in a moment. He's like, man, I thought Davis would surely knock that down,
Right.
but they're going to celebrate because the Nets win this one 104-102. Dinwiddie had 23 points. LeBron had 29 points. But let's just put that aside because we have Wendy here and we want to talk about LeBron overall. The guy is 35 years old. What he's doing has been so much fun to watch this year. How has he reinvented himself as a player?
Became a point guard, became a full-time point guard. And the irony about that is when he came to LA, he didn't want to have to play as much on the ball. Part of the deal was go sign a bunch of point guards, go sign Rondo, so that I don't have to do it. And in this transition under Frank Vogel after getting Anthony Davis, it's opened up his game because he doesn't have to be as physically dominant as he used to be. He can now control the game with his passing, with his thinking, with his playmaking. And that opens up, I think, a whole nother lane for him as he gets into his mid to late 30s. And I think they kind of, I don't want to say stumbled upon it, but it happened and it had more success than I think even he thought.
Matt, what do you see?
I mean, I love just his control of the game. He has an imprint on every single game, and that's what you love to see. I mean, people want to say he went to the point guard position because he's losing his athleticism. I haven't seen that. I think he's been taking notes all year. We hear everything as players, so he's been here seeing all the things he can't do, and now he's showing everyone, I can still do this. I just have to pick and choose my spots. I think he's playing incredible. I think the Lakers are playing great right now. They're probably, if not the best team in basketball right now, and it's because of him.
I think in order to be an all-time great player, or actually to be an all-time great anything, pragmatism is an important piece of it.
Yes.
I think he's and you've done a great job. For those of you who haven't seen it, Wendy has broken down on ESPN.com in these columns, and you have known him for going back to his high school days, the way he has completely adapted his mindset in addition to his game at this stage of his career. And I think that's just a pragmatic thing. He has looked at it and said, if I want to stay great, this is what I have to do.
Yeah, and I think he would completely disagree with what I'm about to say. I do think he's lost some of his athleticism. I do think he has trouble at times getting to the basket. Now, there are times when he is absolutely dominant, goes and slams on a guy's face, but I don't think he gets to the basket as easy as he used to. And I think if you look at what's happened this season, he's got the fewest number of free throws in any season in his career. His shot distance from the basket is the most it's been in a decade. Yet he is still dominating and a serious MVP candidate. So I think he has taken the challenges that his age has given him and spun them to his advantage and the Lakers.
I want to get his reaction to something you said earlier today, which was this second win that LeBron has is like could go on forever. What do you think about that?
I think it's incredible. I mean, obviously, 35 and 18, he has lost some athleticism. But to me, I like the next step is he's bully ball now. He's still the biggest, strongest guy out there. So he might not be flying around guys athletically, but you saw what he did at the end of last game. He put his body down, he put his head down, he span, he sat down, and he made the defender fall. He just happened to miss the shot. So I like, it's not so much athleticism now. Now it's more intelligence and strength, and I still love that with him.
Yeah, so here we are waxing rhapsodic, and I did his whole essay about it yesterday and the great season he's having, and he misses a layup last night.
Yeah, what is he doing? Come on.
So the timing of that, less than perfect. Meanwhile, tonight on ESPN, our NBA doubleheader will tip off with a Luke.
Pointed at, not having the fans, because that's what I play for. I play for my family, I play for my fans. They're saying no one could actually come to the game if they decide to go to that point, so I'll be disappointed in that. But at the same time, you gotta listen to the people that's keeping a track on what's going on, and if they feel like it's best for the safety of the players, the safety of the franchise, safety of the league, to mandate that, then we all listen to it.
Okay, so Matt Barnes is with us, and we turn to Brian Windhorst, our insider. And what he's about to share here is by far the most important thing you will hear in sports today. There was a conference call amongst the owners. Let's talk about it.
Very rare to have a conference call like this, also potentially historic, because one of the things about this I've been told, everything is on the table. Any option that you want to bring up, whether it comes to suspending play, whether it comes to moving fans from arenas, whether it comes to relocating games to neutral sites, All of that stuff is possible. The second thing that I think is key, the NBA is making decisions with the player safety number one. Because they want to protect their players, of course.